So yeah, I mean, I think we're all going Team Spirit this time, which is worrying for Undying, but hopefully they can come out on top. We shall see. It's going to be a close one. Actually, what am I saying? I want a 3-game series. I'm hoping Team Spirit takes the victory here, but let's find out what will happen in this game. We've got a casting duo of Beakup and Mo Farah to take us through this series.
When I saw this draft from game 1 with Spirit, it looks like a draft that could definitely work. Obviously, they're trying new things. It's a new patch and whatever. But this game 2 draft is like Spirit's bread and butter. They've got like Collapse Mars. They've got TORONTOTOKYO on a Storm, which is a hero that they used to pick such like a huge amount, right, in the DPC and things. And then they kind of moved away from it a little bit, and it feels like whenever their backs are against the wall, they always just go back for this Storm. And you know, you've got Mira on Mirana as well, one of the heroes they're well known for. So
Mirana for both sides.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do, because I think if Spirit don't win this game, they'll be like, you know, we've played our heroes that we think we're best at. Fair enough.
Ooh, and they're walking right up onto the high ground. Yatoro is going to drop down that Blood Right. Got the silence on a Saberlight, but they're chasing, doing a lot of damage. Roche, deny me!
They got it.
To battle.
Roche on it.
I'm seeing red.
Roche abides.
Amazing.
Just like the dude. Easy deny there by Roche. 10 seconds till you'll have Yatoro back. First blood for Roche. Again, I think if a neutral or Roche gets first blood, it should come up in big letters above the screen, just like everybody else. Only fair. I mean, they've got, yeah, like you said, they're bread and butter.
I like that Sentry Ward blocked by Maposhka. I think, yeah, Movieender knows that he's used a Sentry somewhere or a ward. He's assuming that it's on the high ground, but he's going to be there to block the camp. So as Mira, have they dewarded both observers? On the right now, they've got
dewarded.
One. Okay.
They definitely dewarded mid, but they did not deward the one in the jungle.
So Maposhka's like, oh, don't have to play AA against Lycan this game. At least there's no wolves to worry about. And then they get Lycan again. He has to play Shadow Demon against Lycan, which probably isn't much better. And all of a sudden, yeah, he's very, very sad.
I will say, though, it is Moonmeander on Disruptor.
Yes.
Which will be interesting to see how that works out.
He has no regen left as well. Like, I don't really know what he's going to do here.
Denied!
I don't know what he has coming out on the courier, but with no mana left, it's a bit worrying.
He's got a salve, that's it.
Starting with the boots first, not something we normally see on Disruptor, but I think he's worried about the chase potential and the combo from the Shadow Demon and the Bloodseeker.
Does he want to be able to get out with those boots from, say, a Disruption into a Blood Right, if possible?
Yeah,
just the Blood Right in general.
I mean, even if you get hit by the Blood Right, you can just run away, right? So
we'll see how it goes. Right now, you do have Storm CSing well, but everybody else for the side of Undying is CSing quite well to start this one. They've got Bryle mid on this Batrider. See how TORONTOTOKYO can do on this Storm, and if Bryle can play maybe emulating a bit of 9, diving tier 2s and getting kills. I know everybody's excited when that happens.
yeah, this Storm Bat matchup is very explosive. Like, the Bat obviously wants to build up the stacks and then make a dive on the Storm, but the Storm has so much magic damage that the Bat has to be, you know, pretty careful, especially if you end up under the tower with the pull and the remnants and whatnot. Nice career kill.
We haven't exactly seen a lot of comfort from Yatoro throughout the event thus far. Blood Right does land onto Saberlight. To see what Yatoro can get done if he can show us the best of what he's got. Really popping that salve, and will continue to Just stand and trade here with Yatoro for the moment. And Saberlight backing off the creep wave, standing in that blood right once again. And I think maybe if he had gone a bit north, he could have avoided that. But the question is, does it want to stick there? Potentially the Shadow Demon's in.
So Moonmeander unblocks the big camp as well. So at least the Batrider is going to have that available at some point soon.
Disruption, and now for the body blocks, a lot of damage here onto the Disruptor, and Moonmeander will go down for first blood to Maposhka.
Mada has to be careful here.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Spear coming through bottom lane, and they'll get the kill on a Tomato. They land the arrow on a Dubu. Do they want a +1? Can they get a +1? They do have the Mango on Mars and a spear in 2 seconds.
And it's not even like you can juke away with the Clinkz as well, because they have the Bloodseeker vision globally.
Sleep on it too, Mira.
Jesus.
Taking a lot of damage, and now it's Collapse's turn to eat a right click.
Stupendous!
Spirit with a 1k net worth lead, even though the CS favors Undying, just because of these kills that have been coming through. Look at the difference in net worth in the supports as well.
It is a lot already.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yatoro losing his courier again. This time the boots go down. Okay.
Oh my god, the body block again.
Oh boy.
He's just got him.
Yeah, it is. They got the kill. Moonmeander gone to Maposhka for the second time.
I will say, I think this is something that Shadow Demons have been getting much better at recently with these surrounds. Like, they, a lot of the Shadow Demons will go for like the disruptions when they're near trees or something, or like near the edges of cliffs and things. So they have a better chance to surround them.
Now, we saw what you were talking about in the last game, where it was Shadow Demon and the Lycan trying to get that, or what was the last game? It was the last series.
Yeah,
where they were trying to get the surround with it.
It's impossible to get the surround with just the Shadow Demon illusions as well, unless you like you're next to a tree or something, or a cliff, right?
Right, and they were trying to get it with the Lycan Wolves and the Shadow Demon.
And Maposhka's trying to take the stacks here.
While sitting and waiting, and there's another Shadow Poison coming out. 5 on a couple. They've got the Disruption. Moonmeander is only level 1 still. Goes into the Firefly and will start to steal the stack. Or take the stack. It's not really stealing it. I guess he's stealing it away from the Shadow Demon. Tomato taking a lot of damage. Dubu trying to help. Starstorm comes down, and Tomato will survive. He's already got himself the Falcon Blade, so a little bit of mana regen, some health and damage for him there. But not working with boots, and only walking at about 290 movement speed. He's very susceptible to being taken out by this combo.
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
Yeah,
the only thing keeping him farming is the burning barrage.
they might go on
God's Rebuke. Mira looking over. They land the spear. They should have this kill once again on Tomato, and they will. Collapse gets credit for it. Moonmeander comes over once again. He's level 2, but he's holding a skill point for the moment.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yeah, great kill
Can't
from
get anything in return.
great kill from Spirit, and that's the problem, right? And this is what we're talking about. Like Team Spirit, they look so comfortable on these heroes. With this, like Mars, Mirana, they've played this lane 1,000 times.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Across DPC, across all the tournaments recently. And I think Team Spirit always look good when they play these like big team fight heroes on Collapse, especially.
We've seen Collapse on Spirit Breaker, Venge, Mars. Certainly one he's felt the most comfortable on so far.
Yeah, and he has a level 6 now as well, with TORONTOTOKYO making the rotation.
Lightning in, and they will find the Elder Titan. Collapse gets the kill with the spear flying through. Another kill here. Now 5-0 for Team Spirit.
Is under attack.
Batrider taking ancient stacks here as well. But I mean, yeah, again, this is Spirit's bread and butter. Like with the catapult as well, they should be able to finish off the tower. Looks like are they leaving the tower actually?
Radiant's
in the
bottom
bottom
tower is under attack.
Oh, he's made so many stacks on my poster actually. Wow, this is pretty terrifying.
There's a lot of potential gold here, and Radiant just have no idea. So let's watch as Bloodseeker gains a bunch of gold.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, he's going to
is
shoot
under
right
attack.
at the net worth shot here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bottom lane, Ball Lightning, Vortex, Dubu, caught.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, the arrow! Hitting on the Moomiander. And they're gonna get this kill. Toronto-Tokyo with another one.
I mean, they are really taking over this game here. Honestly, like Team Spirit are doing so much better in their laning stage than they thought they would. And Briar's going to come over and try and take the stacks, but
He's gonna start to burn it out, but they've also got the Shadow Poison from Maposhka.
they need Briar to start moving around as well. Like, Briar's the guy that's having the best game so far, and I think he's doing the right thing. He's coming to play up top side, and I think between the two ults of the Lycan and the Batrider, they need to make things happen. They are going to get the top tower on Undying, so that's something at least. But
Are fortified.
They're coming together, maybe looking to smoke as 3 here. Toronto-Tokyo is sitting mid, Mira coming over, and it looked like they wanted to smoke, but I'm not going to find an opportunity. Ooh, right? Ryle's got himself a weak hallucination curve. Always nice to see those cosmetics. Sorry, I had to point it out. Big pull found here for the Clinkz. 100%.
Radiant's middle tower
can't get away
is
from
under
them.
attack.
Not even if I tried. Toronto-Tokyo is going to fill up that bottle with the Illusion Rune. And so far, so good for Team Spirit. Lycan, he's starting to get some gold. Maybe looking to get involved a little bit later once he's got this Helm of the Overlord and building into it, trying to get that Vlad's piece, and then obviously that recipe, so still needing quite a bit of gold to finish it off, but he is being left pretty open as Bloodseeker had gone to the jungle and had continued to farm all those stacks. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is mid. We're going to get a tier 1.
with the catapult as well, they should get this. I mean, the stomp's going to slow it down, but Undying no condition to fight here, really.
Glorious things.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Not exactly the high action game, but still Spirit. They're winning in all aspects at the moment.
Spirit are trying to make it a high action game. I'm not sure Undying are.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Mira looking for an arrow, avoided by Moomiander, and Bryo is the one who gets
hits
hit.
the bat though.
And they're collapsing.
Moon knows they're here.
Collapse.
I think Team Spirit are one of the best teams I see at utilizing this Moonlight Shadow as well.
Top. Going for the Bloodseeker. Blood right down. Collapses here. He's trying to land an arena. Help save Yatoro. Flame break. Burning him out, but the disruption is going to be saving this Bloodseeker from Aposhka, at least for a moment. They finally get the kill on a 1, but it looks like Saberlight will die to Mira. Just barely.
Only just, I mean, they get the kill on the Bloodseeker. And that's a combination of spells that I would have liked to have seen like 5 minutes ago, though, right? Well, maybe not that long ago, but
potentially a little bit earlier, right?
Mm-hmm. Moomiander on this disruptor still.
Ooh, static
waiting
storm.
To see. Oh, okay.
And the kinetic field, they'll catch Maposhka. He should be able to get this kill. He's trying to go for the disruption. His arms were moving, but the spell does not go off.
Well, I was about to say we yet to see what this disruptor can really offer, but he shows us straight away what it can do.
And Moomiander's getting a little bit more priority in the farm. He's behind both supports on Spirit, however. He's trying to get into that Yules as quickly as he can.
Yeah, I mean, Mumiander has played this Disruptor a decent amount before. I remember watching him play it in officials and things, but there's not many 4 players that are willing to play Disruptor, I don't think.
All lightning all the way through over from Mumiander. They've got the Vortex, now the Kinetic Field. Urn placed on a Mumiander. He's trying to survive, and one more right click from TORONTOTOKYO will do the damage to get the kill.
Yeah,
Get a killing spree for Sora, and this is aggression from Spirit continuing.
I love this Lycan's first from TORONTOTOKYO as well. We've said they have a limited lack of catch on the Radiant side, and the main ways they're going to kill him is Lasso and potentially a glimpse into a Static Storm as well, right? So, if you... Oh, nice arrow. If Lycan's is able to cancel out both those kill threats, then I really struggle to see how they're going to deal with this Storm Spirit on Undying.
Zap!
That lead is starting to extend. It was 2K for a little while, now up there towards 4K. Let's see what Undying can get done as they finally have this Maelstrom on Tomato. That'll help his farming prowess as he's still sitting about middle of the pack. You've got TORONTOTOKYO top of the pack going for the early Lycans, and that's to defend against the Lasso, something that you said is one of the only ways that they're really going to be able to catch him.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Mira's looping around here. They know somebody's going to be in the area.
Ooh, arrow hits Saberlight behind Mumiander. Mumiander's good at dodging the arrows. The problem is they end up hitting a core. They're going to the shapeshift. They've got the glimpse, pulling Mira all the way back. Starstorm, the damage is out. They should be able to get the kill here onto the Mirana and will. Saberlight at least grabs that. I could say it's drawing a lot of heroes from Undying. It is allowing Tomato to farm, but they only get 1 for the moment.
Here I am.
Comes level 4. There's the Rupture.
Yeah. What can they do here? I mean, the shapeshift's about to run out anyway. They still have Lasso. I don't think Undying are going to be afraid to fight again here.
Ball lightning coming through, and now the Static Storm, that's going to be placed onto the Storm, but they can't get the Kinetic Field to land. It was very close to getting that Storm stuck. Bryle still moving forward. They've got the Arena as well as the Spear that's into the blood, right? That's going to be the silence on a Bryle. That also hits on a Tomato, and now the damage is a little bit lacking, but they've got that big pull. Bryle starting to run away. Hero looking for an opportunity to throw and land an arrow. They're converging on the stairs. That might have been an opportunity to throw it as they had to group up and funnel in. However, well, don't get anything out of that. The Lasso was used, and now Maposhka gets the killed. Saberlight gets him.
That's a good kill. Honestly, that was so unfortunate for Mumiander. If that had worked, it would have been so good on the Disruptor with the Static Storm onto the Storm. And he only just missed out on the Kinetic Field, taking slightly too long to fall. Because as soon as that Storm's out of position and he is in the Static Storm, he dies really quickly. Like, they have good damage output, so... Team Spirit, not even though they have this lead, they're not filling me with massive amounts of confidence. You know, I still favor them moving forward, but...
Been a little bit sloppy.
Yeah, slightly.
Dire's top tower.
There's the Helm of the Overlord on the Lycan, though.
And he finishes that Helm of the Overlord, waiting for the Ancients to respawn, and he'll get himself an Ancient Thunderhide. EKB being built here for Bryle, so he doesn't have to worry about the blood right down on the ground, and Tomato doing the same.
They're smoking up.
Shadows, take us.
I think they have them
They're also
blink
going
on
into
Mars
Moonlight
now.
Shadow.
Alright, so this is a big blink reveal for Team
Kinetic
Spirit.
Field. Bryle might be the one who ends up getting caught. He's going up into the high ground. TORONTOTOKYO spots him. He's actually spotting a couple of the heroes. And the spear misses from Collapse.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. They are going to get this D-Ward here as well that Team Spirit just put down, so... Decent win there for Undying. They managed to dodge the big gank coming through. So Yutoro working towards that BKB, only about 1,000 gold away or so.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Over here now.
The Wolves get the mid-tier 1 as well for Undying.
Yeah, Saberlight doing everything he can to kind of keep this game in balance.
And I think Tomato is really starting to find his farm here as well. I do worry for them they might struggle to deal with the Clinkz. They have ways of limiting movement though, in like the Shadow Demon Purge. They have the Rupture as well. So not all, you know, doom and gloom, but this Clinkz, such a huge amount of damage output can be achieved. They're going to go for the glimpse here.
What did you thought?
And the disruption save, a preemptive static storm on that, as well as a sleep.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now they've got the blink as well as the God's Rebuke. The spear lands onto the Elder Titan. They're going to try and get the arrow to land, but it doesn't. Dubu throws down an Earth Splitter, and he's not dead just yet. And that is looking like it's at least going to be the kill to Dubu, but they've got the lasso onto the storm. Do they have the damage coming in from Saberlight moving over? Not a lot of mana left on TORONTOTOKYO, and he forced the TP out. They only get the kill to Dubu.
The shadow
Disruption, and Aposhka ends up dead to everything chasing from Saberlight again. Also, Saberlight losing his courier.
It's just the constant poke of all the zoo. Aposhka's like target number 1 every single fight. So sad to watch. But
Can't survive through them.
If there was anybody near Bryle there when he used the lasso on the Storm, maybe they could have found the kill, but with nobody in touching distance, yeah, Storm just zips away, no follow-up stuns.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Brigand's Blade as well as the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, I think this Philosopher's Stone for Radiant side could end up being huge. I think the Disruptor having that, it completely changes his game, right? Like, especially when they've had this really difficult start. Like, you want to work towards those bigger items on the Disruptor. He's going Yules first. Obviously really good against the Storm. He's going to have Lycans, which is a bit of a problem. So the setup isn't going to be there for the Yules, but it's really good against other heroes as well.
But if you can pop the Lycans to get to the lasso for Bryle, that might feel good. And he's probably going to go, what, Yules into the Ags, potentially.
Yeah, I would assume so. I mean, he might want to blink or something instead. Could be really good. Because you don't want to be showing in a fight, right? Because if you're showing on the Disruptor, then the Storm's going to go on you. Like, they want to kill you first every single time, so your positioning is really key. And it's almost BKB on Batrider as well.
There's that Lycans.
Where's the body?
And I do think this Lycans is going to make TORONTOTOKYO feel so safe, like, within the game, right? He can afford to play a little bit more aggressively. No, he's not going to get punished as much.
No, we'll have to see. Mira coming over, and they're going to be spotted. Flame Break pushing Collapse over into the lasso. They've got Blood right down, but it's not going to matter. The kinetic field is there. They get the Collapse. That's a big one to have. The control of Spirit with that arena no longer available with the dead Mars is pretty impactful.
Yeah, for sure. But that is a little bit worrying for Undying, though, that they only find the one. Yeah, and now Team Spirit are going to smoke and go anyway. Because without the lasso, Storm has even less to worry about, right? They can still look for pickoffs.
Gotta be careful, though. Static Storm's still available, and if you close in and funnel into the Roche Pit, that could be a problem. Sentry Ward taken away.
Well played by Tomato to break the smoke there.
We've got the vision up on the high ground.
Yeah, so Undying going to play just out of reach of that vision. They ran their own high ground, you'd imagine. Their own ward, so I mean.
Arrow flies through. Not going to land, but they've got the glimpse. And they do not have a disruption to save that, but they've got the connect. Got another going to go over at Moomiander. Moomiander has the static storm, but he doesn't want to throw it down immediately. Saberlight TP's down. Yantaro's going to go after Dubu. They get the kill on a Moomiander at least. And they should find a +1 on this other support. Tomato not there to help, and the rest of the team was kind of split up too much for them to make anything of that. Now Roche is open. Supports have buybacks though.
Bryle instantly just TP's bot though. He wants to start shoving in this bot lane to force somebody to react.
He comes out from the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, and they would know with the Elder Titan buyback, it's so difficult to take Roche. Like, the Titans are kind of the king of the pit because of the constant stall with the stomp. So I think Spirit doing the right thing, respecting that.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Blink Dagger now picked up for the Shadow Demon. So he'll have a way to stay out and back and then look for the disruption where he wants it. Meander building into the Axe now, and he's got the Yules flying out.
Has been killed.
Yes. Ooh.
Oh, not the tome. Oh no.
And the Wind Lace.
And the Wind Lace, that is true.
Come on.
feels awful you losing your tome though as a support.
Yeah.
In some games more than others, especially at the 10-minute tome as well, and you're waiting to get your level 6. Oh god. And he's going Ags on Moon Meander, not the Blink.
Yep. And they're trying to get some extra control here from Tomato going into the Gleipnir. But that is a decent chunk of gold away. They found Bryle. TORONTOTOKYO onto Bryle, who's trying to run. BKB gets popped, but the right-click damage is enough. And they'll still finish off the Batrider. So now not only is that a kill, but that is a waste of a BKB chart.
Yeah, I mean, if he, in hindsight, you know, maybe he thinks, oh, maybe I should have BKB TP'd, but I mean, he honestly thought he was fine, which I can respect. It's so difficult to make that decision. Like, you can see how quickly he backed up, though, right? Like, he knew something was going to be coming. Just didn't expect it to be quite so quick from TORONTOTOKYO. So, well played to him.
Spirit group up together. I will say, his net worth is not extending, it's shrinking. They were up 5-6k, right?
Yeah, but Undying have been finding some good pickoffs and things. Like, they're slowing the game down a lot, which is really good for them. If their laning stage had gone better, maybe they could have been a bit more aggressive on Undying, but they're reacting well to the situation. Oh, double smoke. Oh, no.
TORONTOTOKYO, Lycan's pops, but he's gonna ball lightning right away.
Dire's bottom tower.
Do they still catch him? Ooh, he's dusted, and now he's orchided. They've got the lasso to come through, but there's the disruption. It's gonna be enough for the save. The Earth Splitter flies in. They have the arena down around Saberlight with the BKB powered by Yatoro. They're going for Saberlight. They've got the Vortex to stop the TP. They'll get the kill there onto the Lycan and kill off Bryle. Yatoro gets the kill on a Bryle. They move over on a Moon Meander who try to TP out, but Maboshka is unavailable to disrupt him as it was on cooldown. And they do still get 2, and they throw an arrow into the pit, ready to try and go again. They have not dewarded this Obs on the high ground, which is actually just out of range of the sentry. So they'll have the vision up on the cliff. So we'll see if Undying can make anything happen. If somebody shows, maybe they just get hit with the ball lightning and the jump from the storm.
I mean, that was like best case scenario for Undying though, right? Where they cancel the Lycans with the Eels, and then they get the Orchid onto him before he zips away, and they lasso him. But because the poacher's in the right place, even with the perfect case, you know, perfect scenario, they still don't manage to kill the storm. And I have a bad feeling that might be the story of this game.
Looking for me?
He's going to go Gleipnir on the Clinkz as well.
Yeah, he's trying to get some extra control here for his team, which I don't hate. Just whether or not they can follow it up. I think in that last fight too, Saberlight kind of just gets got on by himself as Collapse had the arena around him.
Yeah, Collapse always finding these really strong openings, you have to say. Feels like they're always managing to get onto the backline, and normally you would assume that it would be the Storm that would manage that, but Collapse also doing a really good job.
They got Yatoro pretty low before, but they didn't kill him. He was able to back up into the safety of the Mars and high ground. It's going into the Abyssal after this Maelstrom. Sanjanyasha, BKB holding onto the Brigand Blade still. As Undying, I'm not too certain they really want to fight into this Aegis in the hands of Storm.
Over here now.
But again, you're watching Bryle move around the map and really try to force rotations and alleviate pressure.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Maboshka just PTSD, constantly scared of wolves. Oh my god, where are they? Are they gonna get me?
There's Timbersaw, but there should be a wolves equivalent.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Tokyo on time, ready on this Aegis, and he's looking to go in and use it. And I think they're going to just make the move if Bryle stays too long. He does have the BKB, but that didn't matter last time. Moonlight Shadow, Bryle into the trees. don't have the vision to catch Bryle. He doesn't have a blink dagger to get away, so they might know that he's close, and if he shows himself, he's dead.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Tomato, he's also here. They could get a little bit overconfident if Tomato's here as well. Bryle might show himself, and haven't seen anybody just yet. But finally, TORONTOTOKYO is the one who shows first.
Do the Radiant have any neutral items that allow them to cancel Lycans? Because if they do, it might be worth the Batrider taking it. I don't know.
Not yet.
But, like, if they don't have any active items, that's a bit unfortunate. Like, tier 3s are going to be coming out now, so maybe they find one, but... Because that's what we saw from the Doom yesterday, where he found a psychic headband, and he kept using it to cancel Lycans before the Doom.
They've just got to get these neutrals. Right now, all they have is the Blast Rig as well as the Mindbreaker.
Zap! Yeah, because if the
Chanted Quiver.
If the Batrider does find a psychic headband, it could be huge, like for the implications of the game.
Ceremonial robe and
oh no,
quickening charm, so they won't. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. But to not have any across all 3 tiers is, yeah.
Well, what would be really
I don't know
your
if there's
options?
any tier 1 or tier
Bullwhip,
2s, but yeah, Bullwhip's.
Bullwhip and Psychic Headband. So you're really asking for 2 in
Regeneration.
I don't. Yeah, don't do the odd speak up.
2 and 23 or something like that.
It's 50-50.
Touché.
Ball Lightning looking all the way through. Tomato spotted that. They're working with this Aegis for another 55 seconds. Undying, very aware of that timing, but they've got the disruption on the Tomato. They're not going to follow it up completely with an arena or anything just yet.
I'd like to see them get a gem on the Storm here as well. I think, especially against the Clinkz and like the Lycan Wolves and everything. I don't know if they have one on their team or not, but if anybody should hold it, I think probably the Storm. We've talked about how good this game is. Okay, Miposhka has a gem on the Shadow Demon.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Which is interesting considering he sits back pretty far.
Shadows. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's still okay.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Like, it's still really good to help protect him against the Lycan.
Oh gosh, Moonmeander just getting blown up by TORONTOTOKYO. Now they're going to find themselves Bryle. They've got 4 heroes here, but the rest of Undying are going to show up. They've got the BKB pop by Tomato. They've got the silence out on Amira. Now they're going to look over. Saberlight will chase over Miposhka. He really does have a problem with Wolves. Mira, Miposhka both go down to the side of Spirit. Now they no longer have this Aegis in the hands of TORONTOTOKYO. They get the kill there on a Moonmeander, but they don't finish off. Bryle is able to TP back to the Radiant side and get into that base.
Yeah, good play by Undying. You know, the Aegis is running out. If there's ever going to be a time to fight, it would have been there. And yeah, he is holding the Storm, the gem now on the Storm.
Oh, the right on the Tomato!
Oh my god!
What are the odds?
He has a gem, remember, as well.
Stuck with him and found him.
Bleed your last.
This is what I'm telling you, though. Their Storm is absolutely terrifying.
He got into the trees. I'd have to see it again. I don't believe he saw him, but maybe catching tendencies.
Oh, that is Peacock? That's a vac bam.
Yeah, it really is. Dubu getting caught here by the arena as well as the spear. And he'll throw a sleep. It'll land. Miposhka, he's ready though. He's got the blink as well as the disruption. There's no way that Dubu's getting out of this one.
Top tower has fallen.
I think he has an 8th lens now as well on Miposhka, so he's actually pretty farmed. Ahead of Mirror in network, which is pretty rare.
You think with the amount of times Miposhka dies, because he's very much an assist kind of support. Not a kill kind of support, but with every kill he gets, he's just rubbing his hands together as revenge, especially in this game.
I've never had so much power.
Over here now.
They're smoking and coming over again. They might catch Saberlight, and they've caught him. And this is the guy that Miposhka really wants revenge on. And, well, Yatoro will get the kill, but Miposhka is certainly happy to get the assist.
You can still see the same thing. Like, Team Spirit, though, I think was talking about this last game. They're basically having to deal with their lanes 24/7. Like, Undying are doing a really good job of just constantly shoving them in.
I'm over here.
Because they don't really have the supports that can deal with the lanes, right? And if the supports on Team Spirit show in lanes, then the Batrider has really good catch. Like, there's the Disruptor to worry about. So it feels like T2, even though they're doing really well, they are playing chase a little bit.
Attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Bloodseeker's so farmed though.
Clinkz is getting there though.
Now over here.
Question is, will he get there quick enough? Because Storm, he's also now got a 9-second BKB ready to rumble with.
Does he even need it? I was expecting him to go like a Shivas or something. Or like, maybe like a Hex could be really good this game as well. But
Meander getting closer and closer to that Ags. He's 1,200 gold away.
yeah, but
Where is he going to find the farm is the real question. Blink into the lasso. They find themselves Mira. Can they get the kill here onto the Mirana so quick? It will land it. It will get a kill, and there's not much of a response from Team Spirit at the moment, but they are extending that net worth lead now to 10,000. Meanwhile, Roche is up in 2 minutes.
all right, my problem with BCOP is that even if they get the Ags on the Disruptor, right? How do they catch the Storm with it?
Radiant's bottom
Meander basically has to go for some crazy big brain play where he throws down the static storm where the storm's going to zip, which in this late game scenario is not easy to do. So we saw him do it earlier in the early game, but
Radiant's bottom tower is
High
under
IQ
attack.
it.
because even if they get the static storm, like they still have the disruption on Maposhka to be able to save, right? It's not a free kill.
Zap.
Yep. It's going to be tough. Maybe the next few items really do help them out. They are pushing in the top lane into the tier 3. Again, it's forcing Spirit to be on Undying's agenda. Lycan about to have the AC. Tomato, like we said, he's going for the Scotty, has enough for the point booster, but lacking on the ulti orb. Storm, though, finds himself Kubu, and, well, that's another kill onto the Elder Titan, who is now sitting at 1-6-4, and you've got TORONTOTOKYO, who hasn't died yet at 8-0-3.
He's getting close to that level 25 as well, so interesting to see what he takes. Is that the AC? I think for the Saberlight.
Blink Glasso coming through into Yatoro. In the arena into the static storm. Another got the BKB pop by Tomato. Rupture used on Bryle. He'll pop that BKB. He's trying to get away from Yatoro, but it's not going to work out with the Abyssal Blade being used. They get the kill on Meander as well. Bryle, they'll end up finishing off with Poshka, but the ball lightning in from TORONTOTOKYO. They've got the Vortex. They get the kill on a Saberlight. They've gotten themselves 4 heroes down to the side of Undying, looking for Tomato, who will just escape.
But he has 4,200 HP. Was that the Axon Disruptor? Does he have it?
No, that was not. He's still 400 short.
I was going to say, because I think the Mars got the BKB off before he used the Static Storm anyway, so I don't think it would have made a difference, but I'm not 100% sure there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Blade near, damage out with the Burning Barrage, but Abyssal Blade and the Bloodrider Splitter coming through, not going to be enough damage, and now Tomato's caught and dead.
Okay.
He pushed up for a second, and that was a big mistake.
Has fallen.
Maybe he thought he was going to have more time because of the Stomp, but great catch by Spirit. Just be so respectful of the Storm. Like, if you ever push out slightly out of position, he's going to punish you.
They're in a Roche.
Yeah, who do you give the Aegis to is the question, because I mean they could, obvious choices for Storm, but he's not dying anyway, you know, like.
Your shrine has fallen to die.
Okay, sure, we do give it to him.
Does he give the shard to the Bloodseeker? Yes. $21,000 net worth lead here for Team Spirit. The question is, can Undying hold? Ag's gold is ready for Storm, but he won't go for it. Gonna go Shiva's instead, and there's the Ags finished off for the Disruptor. See if that makes a big difference. They have the AC finish? No, Courier was dead on Saberlight. He's got 3,000 gold.
Touché.
If they killed TORONTOTOKYO this game, I'd be shocked. I don't think I see him dying not just once now, but twice.
I just don't see how it happens. And we've been saying that ever since like the start of the game, it feels like.
Wait, lasso through onto the Mirana once again, but they've got the rupture as well as the blood right down. They'll get Bryle low, but they get the kill in the mirror. Now they're going to ball lightning and looking over for Bryle. Pops the BKB, trying to fight, but can't. Yatoro gets the kill, I believe, with the rupture. They go in and they get TORONTOTOKYO for the first time, but they don't have this Batrider. They get the arena down around Tomato, who pops the BKB, trying to stand his ground, but the missile is used by Yatoro to get right on top of Tomato for the moment. The kinetic field is not going to stop anybody. Now the it lands on TORONTOTOKYO. They've got a Lotus Orb to purge off the silence, and now he'll ball lightning away. The sweep doesn't land. Team Spirit teetering on the edge, but they get the spear on a Tomato, and this might be the kill on Clinkz that they need, but they've got themselves a Static Storm. Will they have the damage to follow it up? They've got the meter on these heroes, but they can't get Tomato to get the damage. Okay, he ends up dead. He'll buy back. Dumu low, kinetic field, keeping Yatoro out of the fight for the moment with the BKB beam out by TORONTOTOKYO, and now he'll ball lightning out of the low ground once again, but he doesn't have a lot of mana to work with. Kinetic field around over on Yatoro. Buyback available on Dubu, but he's going to hold it for the time being. That was their one opportunity, I think, to get the kill on a TORONTOTOKYO.
TORONTOTOKYO is an absolute nutter, and I love it. That was madness. I mean, there was a really good option there when they got the Storm Aegis. If Moomiander had been able to layer the Static Storm on top of the Aegis, they might have been able to kill him. But Collapse came in with a really good arena, which basically means that Moomiander can't get into the fight, right?
For the twin.
Like, he can't get the Static Storm down because there's a big, massive arena is just in the way. Here I am. And they have a 27k lead now, but yeah. It's a bit scary. I mean, Bloodseeker's 6-slide, right? So, I mean, he can replace Phase Boots with Swift Blink, but he's about as strong as he's going to get.
They're going to try and move over and find something. They have the Wolves scouting for them. Bryle maybe looking for the blink in. That's an arrow used on the Wolves. Gosh, double damage. TORONTOTOKYO.
I dread to think what the XP difference is as well as the net worth, because it must be huge.
It's about 45,000.
That's ridiculous.
Massive.
Over here now.
All lightning all the way through. Not going to find anybody.
Oh, timeless Relic Storm. I'm assuming he's going to go Axe next as well, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, he queues it up straight away. Okay.
I mean, if they wait till Roche, they could potentially get it off the third Roche.
Over here now.
Yeah, they could actually. That's a good point. A little way off yet.
Yeah.
Not going to happen for a while.
Illusion.
Spirit probably hoping to be able to close the game up before that third Roche, honestly, but they can be patient if they want. There's no rush.
And again, Tomato pushing out bottom. Bryle was doing it before. They switched jobs for the moment. Bryle does have that short, so he's got multiple flame breaks to throw their way. Not that it's going to matter at the moment, but now they're going to look over it. They got themselves the lasso. Yatoro, who's lassoed up for the moment. They get themselves the BKB. Top by Bryle. TORONTOTOKYO in a little bit deep, and he's got himself about half his mana pool to work with. They've got the rush around as well as the arena down and around. Three of these heroes, they get the kill. They do, but to follow it up, they've got themselves two dead. The sign of Undying. Now they'll take it a third. The buyback comes in from Saberlight.
Yeah, Bryle has buyback here as well, and I think he's going to have to use it. This is what I was talking about, though. Like, Moomiander pops a Static Storm down, but he has to just go for it. Like, he has to guess where the storm's going to be, and it misses, unfortunately.
All lightning, vortex, arrow, all landing on a Moomiander. They get the kill there for 53 seconds without buyback. They'll buy back on Bryle, but it seems to be a little bit too late. Look to Glyph.
Radiant's top tower is under Radiant's
Team Spirit have played perfectly throughout this game. Collapse turn, Saberlight trying to fight, blood right down, and that's going to silence up both this Clinkz as well as the Lycan. You get a bit of damage on the Collapse, but they just can't follow it up.
That's the closest they've got all game. They almost did it, and it was while one of their heroes was dead.
Stupendous.
Oh, double damage for the storm. Good stuff. Did they get the megas? I don't think they... Oh, no, there's bot racks.
No.
Anyway. Okay.
There's mid and bot racks.
I'll be honest, I thought they'd taken mid already. They're so far ahead, I just kind of assumed.
Okay.
So they took that ridiculous mid fight before, but they didn't hit any buildings at all, which is I think that's very Spirit. That's very them. Definitely not a bad thing either, you know, like they want to inflict the pain.
God, that experience is getting towards 60,000.
Yeah, I mean they're stuck in their base, right, on the Radiant side for Undying, so it's gonna keep building as well towards the end of the game.
Nobody's even close to 25, really, except
that's a good item for the Radiant side. It's a good Batrider item. It's a good Disruptor item as well, potentially.
Shadows take us.
Scardy on the Clinkz as well. Oh dear.
Well, Meander's caught, spotted, killed. TORONTOTOKYO getting his 26th Bloodstone charge, and that's right by the mid-tier 3, and that's exactly what they're going to want to go for. This is Spirit still on the perfect ley line. Ooh, Rupture from quite the distance. Now they're going to go in and try and get TORONTOTOKYO to end this game. They've got themselves the last one, but there's the disruption taken from OGA. It's the static storm. They've got themselves the arena down with the spear landing onto the other. They got it. TORONTOTOKYO, they get the kill to Brile, though. They end up trading. Batrider, hit for 100 seconds. You've killed TORONTOTOKYO, but now can you deal with Yatoro? No, you can't. It's a full team wipe here for the side of Team Spirit. They'll take the game. They'll push us to our third game 3, and it's so perfect from Team Spirit rolling over Undying in game number 2.
Honestly, Beaker,